Good morning, everyone. It is Monday. Oh, yes, it is. And I have to work today. So I've got all my chores done. So that way when I get home after work, I don't have all of that right there. All the garbage has been taken out. My dishes are done. Um, cat box is done because the garbage runs tomorrow. So that way all of that's ready to go. I've got bills made out. All I got to do is drop them off at the post office, get a stamp, whatever. Um, so it's Monday. Well, I want to talk about a few things here before we get into any kind of topic because right now it's so aggravating. But let's just talk about it here for a minute. Okay, so yesterday I went grocery shopping. You saw my in store shop. Fantastic savings. Fantastic savings. That was a good haul. That was a really good haul. When you save $78.11 and spend $125.69, you've done really well. So both shops I did this week were really good, but I did two shops of extensive amounts. So this week, it's going to be a minimal amount, only what's on sale, only what I need. And, I'm going to try to stay out of the clearance bins and the reduced price stuff because we're looking pretty good, but I'm not making as much money as I used to. Plus, I'm only working 3 days a week, so I need to kind of keep that very minimal. But anyway, so yesterday I did my in-store shop, came home, put everything away, checked on all the animals, got ready, grabbed the husband. We took both the cars. We went to Tractor Supply. He got blades to cut tree limbs. Um, and then we went and we filled up the cars. I filled up my car. He filled up the other car and a gas can. We spent $2.29 a gallon, which is because I had $1 off each gallon from my Kroger fuel points. Our gas prices haven't changed at all. I'm watching my chickens um, going close to the road. But anyway, um, without the $1 off a gallon, we would have paid $3.29. Our gas hasn't fluctuated at all in price. None, zero, for a long time. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do for Fridays. If I'm going to if I'm going to come home, get changed, get a list, get my tablet so that I can record and then go to JC after work, or am I just going to have all my stuff with me and go to Kroger straight from work? I really hate to do that because I'm always afraid that my animals they need me. I know. So I left the gas station and went and got my longbow. I want to talk about this. My dad was an archer. He was a traditional archer and he did compete in a lot of competitions where he did very well. There is a club in the JC town that I've already contacted um, for traditional longbow, recurve, traditional archery. And I don't think they're like, I think they themselves are traditional, but I don't think they're like totally against other people coming into the club. My bow is considered traditional, even though it's not like a one piece bow or anything like that. But anyway, I picked up my bow, got some arrows, and they gave me a really nice target, big target. Um, I was looking for the ones that were about $30 and they were sold out. So he comes back outside or back out of the back room. He has this great big old target and he's like, "You can have this one." And I was like, "What?" So they gave me a target to practice with. So I will be practicing longbow after work, like an hour, maybe just an hour or so. Why did I decide to do that? Well, last this past December, I decided to buy a new pistol. So I bought a really nice 9mm pistol. Um, and while I was in there, I was looking at the bows and I thought, I'd really like to get good at this. And so I mulled over it And the day that I went to get my mammogram, I decided to stop there because I had a little bit of time before I had to be there. And they let me shoot some bows. I went from a 65-pound bow, which was too much, to a 35-pound bow, which I like. Because in my opinion, when you comfortably pull a bow, you're going to have better form. And as you strengthen yourself using the long bow, then you can increase your poundage. So I got a 35-pound bow, and I'm going to start working with it. He had my arm guard ready. He had a few other little odds and ends. They put the rest on the bow. So we're ready to rock and roll. My husband had no idea that I was doing this until I told him I was going to go pick up my bow. I didn't tell him. He's not interested. He's not interested in anything that I'm interested in. Chickens, animals, so on and so forth. So this is going to be my venture, and that club is out there. I've already contacted them, so I will be probably in a longbow traditional archery kind of club. I'm really excited about this. I really want to get good with this bow. And it's fun to have something that you connect with your heritage. I think that my dad's traditional bow philosophy kind of fell onto me, and I'm ready to take that. So that's my new hobby. We'll be using a longbow. I think that's fun. So this morning about 4 o'clock, I hear something really crazy outside. I'm like, oh my gosh, something is in the goat barn and it's got a hold of one of my chickens. So I lean my head out the door. I'm ready to run. And I hear it again. And then I hear Tashir bark. It was the toy I bought her yesterday when we went to Tractor Supply. I bought her a rubber chicken with a bikini on that squeaks. And I taught her how to squeak it yesterday when I gave it to her. And so this morning at 4 o'clock, she was out there squeaking her chicken. Scared the hell out of me. So anyway, let's get to a topic. What do you say? I don't even know how to start this. All I know is I am so tired of hearing the lies over and over again. And, when I watched Trump speaking to the Navy, he lied and he expected this to be a campaign rally. That's all he speaks like he's at a campaign rally. Every speech he does. You've already won. There's no reason to start lying about an election fraud that happened, a long time ago. There's no reason to speak about lies. And he is a liar. They keep saying that the radical left has caused the government shutdown. That's a lie. I do not want what's in that bill that they want the Democrats to sign on. I don't want that. And neither do you. Trust me on this. They continue to lie. And the Speaker of the House, he's supposed to be a Christian man, and he actually lies on TV. How are we supposed to move forward if everybody is lying and they're not fact checked? Because when you fact check someone, they say you're against them. No, we're against the lies that you're saying. So stop lying. Stop lying to the public. Stop lying to your supporters. Stop doing campaign rallies rather than just have nice talks. Trump is demented. I mean, people said that Biden was going through dementia. Hell, some people said that he wasn't even him, that he had died and there was an actor in his place. I mean, like crazy stuff, right? Pizzagate, crazy stuff, right? And here we have a president who speaks about $17 trillion and yet no one can find it. If we made $17 trillion in 9 months, where the hell is it? No one can find it. Why aren't you releasing the Epstein files? Why? There's no reason not to, right? Is Donald Trump getting paid by everybody that's in the Epstein files? Because we already know that Gates has come to the White House. He sat at a dinner with him and he applauded him. We know that Gates got divorced because of Epstein. Are all of these wealthy men that are on the list and in all of the files, are they paying Trump under the table? I mean, that's what it seems to me. That's what it seems to me. I'm just tired of the lies. It's ridiculous. We have young men that are becoming aggressive. They start off gamers and then they start listening to Tate and they listen to Fuentes. They've listened to Kirk and they have this, what's the other guy? Shapiro. They listen to these guys and they think that they're alpha males, or they need to be an alpha male, that they need to dominate women, that women are the cause of why they're, because they think that, women's liberation has caused a horrible thing in this country. Really? If they were a woman, wouldn't they want their rights? Wouldn't they want to be liberated from control from a man? Of course they would. There was a young man who killed two girls with his vehicle. And he was into Tate and Kirk and listened to all of that alpha male stuff about how women, I don't know. I don't know. But he killed these two girls with his car, with his vehicle, Jeep, I think it was. And when they went back into his video feed, they found where he said horrible things. One of the girls had a restraining order against him. They're making very aggressive, angry young men. And that propaganda, that media sect, watch your young men. What are they listening to? What are they watching? Are they becoming aggressive? Because that's going to be a problem. It is a problem. Women are in the fight for their lives right now, for their rights. If Project 2025 goes through, women will not be able to vote. We will go back in time and we will be second-class citizens. Racism against blacks, against brown-skinned people is absolutely outrageous. When I see MAGA hoop, 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 hop, hop, hooray for, what they're doing in these cities, the way ICE, the bounty hunters, are doing what they're doing, and how people are now misplaced. Where are those 1,200 people? Without due process, treating people less than animals if you are okay with that and you are a racist, don't you think you will be judged on how you treated God's people? Because God created everyone, right? Kirk talked about white supremacist ideas. He was a racist. He was an absolute racist. So when I hear really good women talking about how wonderful Kirk was, they they didn't listen to him. They listened to the ideology of being MAGA, but they didn't listen to the ideology of how he wanted to treat women and blacks and brown skinned people. You know, Joel Webben is another pastor that I absolutely, oh, yeah. I can't deal with that. You're making your young men aggressive and you're leading people into this craziness of being okay with racism. That's it. That's all I got. I know it's Monday and that probably went nowhere, but we had a squeaking chicken this morning. Scared the bejeebers out of me. I know. I got to go get ready for work. I got to go do a few more chores. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Do y'all want to see me shoot my bow? Y'all have a great day. Bye. Oops.